Welcome to ELS 256 Presentation Skills MOOC. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Madam Nur Shafika Zabidin and I'll be your facilitator/instructor for this topic. So let's dive into it. In the previous lesson, we have covered about the non-verbal cues that we have under delivery techniques. To recap on the previous lesson, there are 4 major nonverbal cues that we have gone through. I hope that you still remember all those 4 nonverbal cues. In this video, or in this lesson, we are going to look at the third element of delivery techniques, which is virtual setting. It is my hope that you will manage to identify the elements involved in virtual presentation as well as apply these elements accordingly whenever that you have virtual presentation. Virtual elements are applicable for any online presentations that you might have. Whether you are having a live online presentation or perhaps you need to record yourself doing a presentation, this all falls under virtual setting of presentation. So for these elements, we are going to look at some things that we need to consider when we are preparing and presenting in virtual presentations. The first thing that we need to do in preparing for our virtual presentations is preparing our visual aids. Visual aids are materials that support or help in our presentations. These can be slides, pictures, graphs, charts, and others. Bear in mind when you are preparing your visual aids for your online presentations or virtual presentations, you always have to keep it simple. Again, we wouldn't want our visual aids to disrupt our audience. The key or the bottom line about visual aids is they should support or assist you in your presentation, not overwhelm your presentation or your audience. Another action that we have to take in preparing for virtual presentation is having a test run. Before your actual virtual presentation, it is important that you have a run-through of all the visual aids and the equipment that you use in your or you will be using in your actual presentation. This is to reduce the anxiety during the presentation and also the probability of technical issues that you might experience during the test run or the actual presentation itself. So by having a test run, you will know if everything will run smoothly and perhaps you will be less anxious during the presentation itself. Now, say that you have prepared slides and also you'll be using your own headphones during the presentation. So it's best that before your actual virtual presentation, you have a run through using all of these visual aids that you have, the slides that you have, and your headphone, and make sure that they are all working fine. We have looked at the 2 things that we have to take note when you are preparing for virtual presentations. Now we are going to look at some things that you have to consider as you are presenting during virtual presentations. Now, first is you need to pay attention to the light, the audio, and the background as you are presenting or recording your presentation. You have to make sure that the lighting is good, that it's all bright and clear. You have to make sure that your camera is working and functioning well. You have to make sure that your audio is clear. And you also have to make sure that the background that you have is suitable with the video that you are reading or with the presentation that you are about to have. So don't forget to pay attention to your lighting, camera, audio, and background as you are having your virtual presentation or recording your virtual presentation. If you are having a live session for your virtual presentations, these are the things that you have to take note of. First, be early for your presentation. You don't want to be tardy during your presentation, even if it is virtual presentation, or even if you are having some problem or some technical issues. Try your best to be as early as you can. Secondly, load your visual aids early. When you have your visual aids ready or already in the device or the gadgets that you will be using during your presentation, it shows how ready you are for your presentation. Next, open with a welcome slide. Again, this indicates how ready you are for your presentation, even if it is virtual presentation. Again, for your live session or virtual presentation, be sure to be early, load your visual early before your presentation, and also open with a welcome slide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this lesson. This lesson is on virtual setting or online presentations, whether it's a live session or whether you need to record your online presentation. We have covered two actions or two things that you need to take note of for preparing for online presentation or virtual presentation, and also two actions that you need to keep in mind when you are presenting for online presentation or virtual presentation. Virtual setting is the last element that we have under technical delivery techniques. Therefore, this will be the last video that I will be presenting to you all. And with that, I thank you for your attention. I do hope that you managed to get some takeaways from my presentation and my explanation on delivery techniques. To recap, there are three elements of delivery techniques. They are verbal cues, non-verbal cues, and virtual setting or virtual elements. Again, with that, I thank you.